Welcome to another video. This is St Mary in Arden Church in Market Harborough. Let's have a look around and I'll try and tell you some history as we go. This is the 5th video in my series of visiting churches. So the strange thing about this church is that it hasn't actually got a roof. St Mary in Arden. Where is Arden, I hear you say? From what I understand, Arden wasn't a town or a village. It was a parish, and the parish of Arden encompassed Great Bowden, Market Harborough and part of Leicestershire. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments if I've got it wrong. This was once the main church of Market Harborough. The Church of Dionysus, if that's the way you pronounce it, in Market Harborough, doesn't actually have a graveyard. So burials continued in St Mary of Arden until around 1878. The church was mentioned in writings around 1220 when it had a resident chaplain. This is a view of the inside of the church. It still has a font. So, as you can see inside, it's open to the elements. Let's see if we can get a shot of the actual roof being open. There is a roof on the porch, which was built in the 14th century. This church has lost its roof twice, so I believe. Once in the 17th century and then again in 1950 when they sold the roof for the lead. The church has had no roof since 1950. Doesn't look too bad actually, does it? This was a much bigger church than it is now. We know the original church was here in the 13th century because it gets a mention around 1220, but it may have been here before. Then apparently there was an earthquake in the 17th century and the steeple fell into the church, partially demolishing it. The church was rebuilt around 1693 to 94 to the designs of Henry Dormer, incorporating a 14th or 15th century south aisle and a 12th century Norman doorway of the original church. The rest of the larger church was carried away for scrap. Very little is known of its medieval fabric, which appears to have comprised a nave, chancel, south aisle, south porch and steeple. A north aisle is never mentioned. The ironstone porch with limestone dressings is of the 13th century, with a 12th century inner doorway with a rounded arch. Apparently the carvings in the archway in the porch, which some people refer to as dogtooth, are actually beakhead. The graveyard for burials was closed in 1878, and in 1968 most of the gravestones were either removed or relocated around the edge of the church. It's actually a very nice, peaceful area, even though it's next to the train station. This is a 14th century effigy of a lady whose identity is not known. The porch still has a roof. These carvings are called beaks heads. I wanted to do this video as I've heard rumours that the council are thinking of clearing it and changing it into a recreation ground, allegedly. I don't know that for certain. it would be a pity to lose this nice church and peaceful grounds and all the gravestones. There are some tombs, and the rest of the headstones that are still here are swither and slate. Well, most of them are. It is said that 90 years after the last burial, when the graveyard was cleared, they only kept the best condition and most interesting headstones. So when they say cleared, does that mean all the human remains removed, or just the headstones moved around? Apparently there's a big cemetery in Market Harborough, somewhere along the Northampton Road before you get to the leisure centre, so perhaps that might be another video sometime. I'm sure I've missed a lot out, got a lot wrong, but there's information on the internet. There's even a YouTube video of an aerial view from a drone filming above, which you can find if you search for it, or I'll try and put a link in the comments. I'm sure they'd appreciate a few views, whoever they are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, add to my information, correct me where I've got it wrong. Thanks again. Check out my other church videos as well.